संस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा,
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा, ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी,
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी, वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे,
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार हमारा।
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनऊ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna. In Zoom meeting, if you want to turn off the notification of Zoom chats, then click on the chats and then click on these three dots, turn off notifications, click on that, click on the mute option, and now chats notification will not disturb you. Jai Shri Krishna.
सच्चिदानन्दम् वासुदेवम् व्रजप्रियम् धर्मसंस्थापकम् वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
जय श्री कृष्ण। श्री कृष्ण वंदे जगद्गुरु श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। एकं शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव. There is only one scripture, the song of son of Devaki, and there is only one God, the son of Devaki. We are indeed blessed to be learning the Gita from the Gita Pariwar. We are privileged to be a part of this divine family established by our respected Parama Pujya Swamiji Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. In addition to memorizing the Gita, these weekend Vivechan sessions not only deepen our understanding of the Gita, but also empower us to live its teachings, leading to personal transformation. Today we are having the second interpretation session of the 7th Adhyaya of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. A request before we get going, we are all connected through the internet, and obviously there might be some technical issues. If you face any such issues during this session, please try to follow one of these steps. In case if you cannot see the video or the audio is not proper, so you can follow these steps. If you're not getting proper sound, plug in the headphones or increase the volume of your phone or computer. If the chat box is blinking continuously, just tap the bell icon at the top right corner to mute all the notifications so that you won't get disturbed. If the voice is breaking or cutting, check your internet connection. If possible, use Wi-Fi instead of the mobile data. If the screen is not visible, then try to click on the start video in Zoom. If the screen is blurry, this happens if the internet connection speed is low. So try to switch the network, or you can move to a different place within your house or wherever from you're joining this particular session. If Zoom suddenly closes, rejoin using the meeting link. If Zoom keeps disconnecting, you can always watch the session via the live YouTube link. And all these things, whatever we do is possible only through the Almighty's grace. So let us pray to the Bhagavan and seek his blessings. To recite the Prarthana, we have Srimati Meenakshi Hemant Pawarji with us. Meenakshi ji is a homemaker from Navi Mumbai. She holds a BA degree and she is interested in spirituality, associated with Gita Pariwar since Jan 2021. Didi ji is offering seva as a tech star and as a group coordinator. Meenakshi ji, Didi, Jai Shri Krishna. We request you to recite the prayer. Yes, please go ahead, Didi. Yeah, let's do the prayer.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Dhanyavad, Didi, for the beautiful prayer. Jai Shri Krishna. Yes, now it's time for Deepa Prajwalan. Let us ward off the tamas in and around us with the Jyoti. We have Beena Pandit ji with us to light the lamp. Beena ji is a financial advisor from Borivali, Mumbai, associated with Gita Pariwar since November 2022. Didi ji is giving seva as a core trainer from July 2023. Beena ji, Didi, I request you to please do the Deepa Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोः शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्राम् शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Beena Panditji Didi, for the beautiful Deepa Prajwalan and also the Deeparati. Very nice. Thank you, Jai Shri Krishna. Now, before we get started, a quick announcement. Geeta Jayanti, a very auspicious day, is going to be celebrated, as you know, on the Shukla Ekadashi of Margashira Masa every year. Geeta Pariwar is celebrating this divine Mahotsava from November 15th all the way to December 31st. We can be a part of this divine event by organizing Geeta Parayana, Shobha Yatra, and related events in our areas and registering for the same on the online portal. So you will get all the details in our respective WhatsApp groups. Please do become a part of this divine event. Now let us move on to the most anticipated segment of the session. Please join me in welcoming our respected and cherished Vivek Chak, Srimati Shraddha Raodeo Didi to today's session. Didi ji is a renowned spiritual scholar and also a devoted disciple of our Param Pujya Swamiji Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, and she is deeply committed to Geeta Parivar's mission. A native of Bhagyanagar, Hyderabad, Didi ji holds a BE in Electronics and a PG diploma in IT Systems and Management. She has successfully led many mobile app development projects for over 13 years in the corporate sector. She oversees pretty much all aspects of Geeta Parivar with a primary focus on ensuring a high quality learning experience for all our sadhakas. She is also the president of Hyderabad branch of Geeta Parivar. Beginning with the very second online batch in August 2020, Didi ji has been instrumental to many of the Geeta Parivar online Geeta classes. Her key contributions span multiple areas, just to name a few: training, examinations, interpretations, and the establishment and leadership of the class monitoring team to ensure the quality teaching across all four levels. She offers seva in various departments such as training, examination, academic literature at Learngeeta. Her distinguished achievements also include serving as a trainer for Learngeeta's pioneering jail classes, through which the inmates have successfully cleared the Pathik exam as well. Didi ji is making a profound positive impact, fostering spiritual growth and instilling patriotic values by conducting Bal Sanskar work and teaching Geeta to the kids for over a decade. Srimati Shraddha ji Didi, we request you to share your spiritual wisdom with us. Jai Shri Krishna, and a warm welcome to you, Didi ji. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Manjula Didi. It's a pleasure seeing you after a long time. Nice to see you. A very warm welcome to this session, all of you. It's a pleasure that we reconnect after a week long of distance, and we reconnect to further explore the 7th chapter. Let us all pray together to Param Puja Gurudev, with whose blessings we all have assembled here today, and with his blessings we will get the right intellect to discuss this chapter further. So let us all pray to Gurudev and Param Puja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself. Hari Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Guruvaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Mashtadasha Dhyayini Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavat गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Hari Om. A very warm welcome to the session again, each one of you. It's a pleasure to see all of you after a week's gap. And we have been discussing a very beautiful chapter. In the prayer that I was just singing a few minutes back, Advaitam Ritavarshini Bhagavati Mashtadashadhyayini. What do we say about Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā is that it is Amrit Varshini. And what kind of Amrit? Advaita Amrit, the Amrit of Advaita, the principles of Advaita Vedanta. All these principles in itself are very, very tough to understand. All these things are very difficult to grasp. But Sri Krishna has taken a crux of all these important things and has put everything together for us. And why it is Amrit? Amrit is something, after drinking this Amrit nectar, then there is no fear of death left. Then we understand Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. It takes us one step ahead. It takes us to that stage where we also understand what is the importance of this Janma. What is this birth actually? We will also understand by the means of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā that this how peripheral these terms of life and death are. They are so subtle. They are not at how insignificant this concept of life and death becomes once we understand the real crux of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, once we understand the real meaning of this Advaita Amrit that Sri Krishna is trying to give us. And today's topic that we are going to discuss, the chapter that we are discussing already, we all know Jnana Vijnana Yoga. It is going to cover a huge secret. It is going to cover for us. And what is that secret? It is this secret is about Advaita Amrita Varshini. This secret is the one which will drive away all your fears of what? Drive away the fears of death, drive away the fears of losing anything in their life, and it will also equip us with the strength to understand beyond this the world that we see around us, who is the creator, what are the characteristics of the creator, that we will gradually understand. And that crux we will be touching today. Last session we had seen some very beautiful important things where Sri Krishna had given the biggest assurance. And what was that assurance? That once you understand what I am telling you now, then after that there is nothing else that would be remaining to be known. Once you understand what I am trying to explain you now, there is nothing more there will be nothing more left to be known. Yajñātva neha bhuyo nyaj jñātavyam avashishyate. I will tell you everything in totality. After knowing what I am telling you, there is nothing more left to be known. And if that is the secret that we want to know, we have to see and explore in detail what is it that Sri Krishna is trying to take us through. What is it that Sri Krishna wants us to understand? This is going to take away all our fears in the life. It is going to make us free of all the fears, and it is a Amrit that we are going to have by the means of the topics that we are trying to understand in this particular chapter. And in this context, we had seen Sri Krishna had started explaining about how is this creation around us. We had seen them shlokas about para prakriti, apara prakriti, how both these prakriti are existing. What are their roles? We had seen in the last session. And to understand anything, we have to understand a fraction of it. There one sentence, if just to understand what is the topic that we are going to start with today. To understand that, understand this one thing. Suppose we are cooking something. So suppose we are, I want to know the taste of the sea. If we are standing near the ocean and you take a sip of 1 teaspoonful of water, if you drink, you will understand the taste, the salty taste of the entire sea. We will not wish that, ye pura, I want to drink the entire ocean and then only I will understand the taste of the ocean. It's not like that. If you want to eat something, if you are cooking something, if I have made kheer at home and we all want to see how the kheer is tasting, we don't need to eat the entire kheer. We just need to understand one fraction, one teaspoonful of the kheer you taste, and you will understand the taste of the kheer. Similarly, if we understand that one fraction where Sri Krishna is prominently present in this universe, then it is equivalent to understanding the entire Parampita Paramatma. It is just like that. It is equivalent to understanding all the characteristics of Parampita Paramatma. Because in totality, he is very difficult to grasp. But if we try to understand little by little, if we understand that one fraction where he is present, then we will see, we will get a glimpse of the might of this entire Parampita Paramatma. And in this context, Sri Krishna starts telling his vibhutis. In the shlokas that we are going to see today, we are going to see the vibhuti of Sri Krishna. What is the meaning of this word vibhuti? It means the power stations where Sri Krishna's presence or the presence of Bhagwan is very, very prominently noticed. Like we say, the air is everywhere, but if you have to fill air in the tire of your car, then you have to visit the petrol pump or some place where this air pump is available. And there only, that is only the place where you can fill in the air in your car's tire. Similarly, some places will be there in this world where the presence of Sri Krishna is such that they will have the magnitude, they have the capacity to connect you to the Ishwari Shakti. They have the capacity to connect you to that very supreme divine power. And what are these places, Shri Krishna? In this chapter, we'll see some examples of vibhutis. Shri Krishna has given these on his own, and these examples that Shri Krishna gives become the basis of the 10th chapter. There, Arjun says, "Oh, you had told me the vibhutis, but they are very less. Now, if these are the places where I cannot visit, I want to know more vibhutis." And the entire 10th chapter is the Vibhuti Yoga, where you will get numerous now vibhutis of Sri Krishna. So today what we are going to see is we are going to start from the 8th shlok, where Sri Krishna starts telling about his vibhutis. Where is he prominently present? If I have to look for filling my heart with divinity, what are the things that should remind me of Parampita, God himself? And amongst those vibhutis, the first one Sri Krishna says, Rasohamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranavah sarva vedeshu shaptakhe paurushanrashu. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. I am in the water. Apsu. Apsu refers to water. What is the prominent characteristics of characteristic of a water? Water is flowing. The liquidity of water. The liquidity, the capacity to flow in a water is its most prominent characteristics. Without the capacity to flow, without its liquidity, water is not water. If you heat, it will fly off. If it is cooled, it will become an ice. But water retains its identity as a water because of what? Because of its capacity to flow. That capacity to flow, rasa, the sapidity, is, Sri Krishna says, that is me. So how inseparable these two are. So the liquidity of the water, the sapidity in the water is me. Prabhasmi shashi suryayo. We all know the sun and the moon are known for its what? Luminosity. Its capacity to emit light. Both the sun and the moon are known for what? The capacity to illuminate everything around them, to spread the light. Sri Krishna says, Prabhasmi, I am their brilliance. I am their light. I am their illuminescence. I am the very reason, I am the very source of light within whom? The sun and the moon. Pranava sarva vedeshu. This is such a beautiful thing to say. Pranava. Pranava refers to the Omkar. Omkar, I am the Omkar amongst all the Vedas. That's what Sri Krishna says. What is the significance of this Omkar? Why is Om very special? The entire Vedas have originated from this word Om. The origin of the Vedas is from Om, and from Vedas we are getting all the other knowledge. Entire one Upanishad has been dedicated for discussing this importance of Om. It is the most secret word in this in the scriptures. One Om we understand, then we understand this entire Srishti, the sound that has created this universe is the sound of Om. And then we will see an Upanishad called Mandukya Upanishad, which talks elaborately about Om, elaborately about the entire uh, characteristics of this Om. So Shri Krishna says, amongst all the Vedas, I am this letter Om. Om is the beginning of everything. Om is where everything is further culminating. This Om is the Pranava here. And then Shaptakhe Paurushan Rishu. He refers to the space around us. Kha word in Sanskrit basically refers to space. That is why the Akash, it refers to space or the sky. Hmm. There is a beautiful word you must have heard, the Khaga. Khaga in Sanskrit means birds. Why Khaga? The one, the, when we are adding, it becomes what it means, those who are traveling here. The creatures which travel or which move in the sky are birds. So kha basically refers to sky or the empty space. And what is the your subject of the space? Like for vision, light. I can see because of the light. For my eyes, drishti, that is the subject of my sense organ. Now, touch is the subject for the skin. Like that, for the sky, the subject is sound. The sound is what makes us understand that there is space around us. So that sound is me. So Shri Krishna says, in the space around you, I am the sound. Shabdaken Paurushan Rishu. Further, Shri Krishna explains very beautiful vibhutis. Punyo gandhah prithivyain cha tejaschasmi vibhavasau. जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु पुण्यो गन्धं पुण्यो गन्धः पृथिव्यां च. The sweet smell of the earth that we see, that we experience, that fragrance is my vibhuti, it is me. Tejaschasmi vibhavasau. Tej, the brilliance. In what? Vibhavaso. Vibhavaso refers to fire. What is that fire without any taste? What is that fire without any brilliance? That brilliance, that illuminescence, that stage within the fire is what is Parampita Paramatma, is Sri Bhagavan himself. Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu. The very life element within us, our Pran Shakti, is a gift of what? Paramatma. Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu, among not only among human beings, amongst all the Manushya, amongst all the creatures. It is not written Sarva Manushyeshu. He's saying Sarva Bhuteshu, amongst all the creatures, the very life element is the Parampita Paramatma. That is why everywhere in Bhagavad Gita, at multiple places, you will see here this word Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, Sarva Bhuta. Why Shri Krishna emphasizes on the Samatva? Because you have to understand that everywhere in all the creatures, Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu, who is it? It is Parampita Paramatma. He is equally present in all the creatures, and that is the reason we have to understand when Shri Krishna says, I am equally present here. I am not just present here, I am the very life element in all the creatures. And that is why what he expects all the human beings to do, to maintain a samata, maintain an equanimity amongst all the creatures, and to treat all the creatures with equanimity equally. And further Shri Krishna elaborates, tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Amongst the tapasvi, amongst those who practice different austerities, among the tapasvi, I am what? I am their tej. I am their tapa. What is a tapasvi without a tapa? Nothing. The very tap, which is the identity of a tapasvi, that tapa, that austerity is what Krishna's vibhuti. And he doesn't stop himself there. He further continues. Bijam mam sarva bhutana viddhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhimatamasmi tejas tejasvinamaham. What he says, Bijam Sarva, Are, what are you talking about? Not just the tapas chasi, tapas vishu, this rasoham apsup kaunteya. All these vibhutis are explaining what? That the very reason of our identity, the very reason of our creation, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu, Om is the reason of our creation. Om is responsible for our creation. It's all the creations, all our identities revolve around this one Paramatma. So what he is saying, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam, I am the Bij, I am the seed, I am the very source of all the origin. I am the very source of origin of all the beings. Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. Understand now, the source is not something that will keep changing. It is not that once the beach has come, then again it has to evolve. This source, this Parampita Paramatma is eternal. He never undergoes any change. He never undergoes any modification. He never ceases to exist. He is always present. Sanatana. Sanatana is something that ceases to exist. There is no time when this beach is not around us, when this beach is not present around us. The Sanatana, he is the eternal seed which is responsible for the creation, for the nourishment, and for the very existence of all the creatures. Buddhir buddhimatamasmi. I am the intelligence of the intelligent ones. The intelligent ones, all the Tejasvi Purush, very intelligent people, all those intelligent people. We all praise them for intelligence, but understand that intelligence in itself is a subject of slavery for Sri Krishna. He is the one who is responsible for our intellect. Yesterday was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Jayanti. We all praise him for his stage, we all praise him for his intellect. With what intellect, with what tapa, with what brilliance he has worked to unite our entire nation. Otherwise, we would have been 16 different countries. Had he not worked hard and not united all the princely states, we would have been 16 different countries in this part of Asia. He stopped it with his intelligence, with his stage, with his tap. This stage within a successful person, this tap within a, this austerity within a successful person, this brilliance, intelligence in an intelligent person is what? This Parampita Paramatma. And further Shri Krishna says, not only that, I am also Tejasvinamaham. This intelligence, Tejasvina. Some people have a different splendor around them. That splendor in a Tejasvi person, in a Tejasvi Purush, is what? It is his own vibhuti. Swami Vivekananda, when we talk about what a Tejasvi Purush is, he is a Tejasvi Mahapurush. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Shivaji Maharaj, Swami Vivekananda, and so many uncountable Tejasvi people we see, that Tej within them is what? The Ansh. It is a fraction of Parampita Paramatma. Now, there is when we talk about these vibhutis, one small things I feel like telling here. When Shri Krishna says, Buddhir buddhimatamasmi, sometimes we feel, there is this question many people ask, Didi, how do we learn Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā? How do I memorize it? How will we understand it? We have to understand this vibhuti. Buddhir buddhimatamasmi. This buddhi that is within us, it is a fraction, it is a ounce, it is a fraction of the Parampita Paramatma. If we want that intellect to work according to us, we have to pray to whom? To Parampita Paramatma Sri Krishna himself. If I want to understand Bhagavad Gita, I cannot understand it as per my own buddhi. Buddhivatam Are, my intellect is also not my own. It is a fraction of this Parampita Paramatma. If I want it to work in the right direction, every morning I have to pray to God, Hey Bhagwan, give me the right intellect to understand these scriptures. Give me the right intellect that I can memorize these shlokas. Only when His kripa happens, we will be able to understand all these properly, because this buddhi is a part of Him. The intelligence with which we are working is a part of Him. The Gita Seva that each one of us is doing is a part of Him. That page, whatever we use, we experience when Gita comes in our life, it is a part of Him. And if we want all these things to work in our favor, we have to do what? We have to pray to Him. Further, Shri Krishna says, Balam balavatāṁ kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Balam balavatāṁ, the very strength in the strong one is me. Balam balavatāṁ. I am the strength of the strong people. Kama raga vivarjitam. Now, the moment this concept comes, see, Shri Krishna mentioned, I am the strength of the strong. The moment he says, I am strength, he must have become cautious. Oh, with the strength, people end up doing wrong things also. Kans mama ko hi dekh lo. He was also strong, but what has he done? Immediately people can take out a tark that, okay, so the bad things, the energy, the power which is giving us the power to do unwanted, undesirable things is also his vibhuti. Shri Krishna says no. Immediately he puts a precautionary clause. What is it? Kamaraga vivarjitam. The strength which is devoid of desire and attachment is my vibhuti. It is me. The strength that every work that we are doing is my strength. But what kind of strength is my vibhuti? Not the strength which is driven by selfishness, which is driven by cruelty, which is driven by attachment. The strength which is devoid of desire, the strength which is devoid of attachment, which is not driven by selfishness, is the strength of me. It is my vibhuti, it is me. So, if some person says, that we are a powerful nation, we are utilizing our resources properly to bring strength to our country for the protection of our country. This strength that we get is a blessing from Parampita Paramatma. A very wealthy human being, a very wealthy man, has become very powerful. He is using his wealth for the charity. He is not attached to his wealth. He is doing charitable work. His wealth is what? It is a part of his strength. His wealth, his power is the vibhuti of Shri Krishna Parampita Paramatma. But some terrorist organization is using all their funds. That strength is not a part of Parampita Paramatma, because it has been driven by what? Kama, selfish desires, and kama raga, attachment and attachment towards their selfish motives, towards other cruelty, and it is not driven by benefit for all. It is not driven by this one principle that Shri Krishna has been propagating throughout Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, that is Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. That is the benefit of all human beings. So, any strength which is utilized in a manner that it is utilized for non-selfish good causes, that strength is the strength of Parampita Paramatma. If it is used for anything which is driven by kama and raga, that is the excessive desires and excessive attachment, That is not the strength of Parampita Paramatma. Now see, this shlok is very interesting. What he has said further, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. A very interesting thing about this shlok is, in the previous sentence, he says that balam balavatain chaham kamaraga vivarjitam. I am the strength which is devoid of kama. And in the next sentence, he says, Kamosmi Bharatarshava. I am the Kama. This is very confusing. Now, some of you have already done the third chapter. In the third chapter, Sri Krishna has already he has mentioned that this Kama, Kama and Lobha, Kama, Krodha, they are vairi. They are our enemies. Sri Krishna has said that these two are enemies. We should kill them, and we have to kill them, and then only there is further success in our life. There he has clearly mentioned that this kama, raga, they are our biggest enemies. And now here he is saying that kamosmi bharatarshava. Hmm, this is so confusing. Here Shri Krishna has mentioned in the third adhyay, kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudvava mahashano mahapapma vidyena miha vairinam. He says they are vairi. They are the biggest enemy. Kama. Kama and Krodha. Krodha is anyways not being spoken. Jahishatram, and further Sri Krishna says in the 43rd slok of the same adhyay, he says, Jahishatram mahambaho kamarupam durasadan. There he says this enemy in the form of Kam has to be destroyed. Jahishatru. You have to win over this enemy, and then only you will be able to reach me. This is so confusing. Here we have to understand what exactly is Sri Krishna trying to say. We should not have any confusion in these two concepts. Here what Sri Krishna is saying, when he says that I am the Vibhuti, this calm is my Vibhuti, we have to understand he has added one very important adjective to this calm. What is that? Dharma viruddho bhuteshu. Dharma viruddho means dharma aviruddho. That is any desire which is not opposing the dharma. That means any adharmic kama is not my vibhuti. Here, understand. So, one more thing, all our scriptures have referred to this kama as a big purushartha. What are the four purushartha that we have to work for? Our Vedas always talk about it. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma, artha, kama. Kama is one purushartha. All our scriptures have been propagating kama. So, understand that subtle balance in this particular shlok. We have to understand that without kama, without desires, it is not possible to achieve anything. If Swami Vivekananda did not have the desire to propagate the message of his Gurudev in the entire world, he would not have traveled all the way to America and would not have taken up this mission to propagate our Bharatiya scriptures across the world, our Bharatiya moral values, our Sanatani culture across the world would have continued to see us as a downtrodden civilization. But because he had that strong urge, that strong desire, we were talking about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. If he did not have the urge that no nation has to be strong, it has to be a Vishwa Guru. If he didn't have that urge, if he didn't have that desire, he would not have worked and done this absolutely unbelievable task of uniting all the 16 princely states into this one united nation, Bharat. It would not have been possible if these great people did not have desires. So, what is this karma? Any desire which is in sync with dharma, which is in the benefit of the society, which is in the best interest of the society, that is my vibhuti. Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu. Amongst all the creatures, this dharmic desires, this desire which takes us closer to dharma, that kama, that desire is me. Then what is dharma? Once we say that the desire backed by dharma is kama, then we have to understand what is dharma. Because then the dharma, adharma, how can we judge? A layman person, ye bhi malum hona chahiye, we should know what is dharma. One very beautiful definition. Swamiji quotes from the scriptures of Santa Gulab Rao Maharaj. He says anything that takes you towards satvikta is dharma. Anything that encourages you, that inspires you to become sattvic by nature. That is dharma. So if a question comes, is eating a particular type of food dharma or adharma? Ask yourself just one question. Is that taking us towards sattvikta or is it taking us towards rajasikta or tamasikta? Chatpata hai, it is, but it is not making me sattvic. It is increasing my interest in the food. Then it is not a dharmic thing. Anything that will take you towards, this is such a generic and such a definition which will never fail you. Is my act taking me towards, is it making sattvic, helping others? Definitely. Helping whoever, if it is going to be helping her, helping is a good thing. So should I help a thief in doing a theft? Is it taking you towards sattvikta? No. Help also, is it going to take that help, that help that I'm extending to somebody, is it going to give some sattvic outcome or is it not giving any sattvic outcome? That will make you decide whether it is dharma or adharma. Because helping is a good deed. We generalize it. But who help also has to give a sattvic outcome. Is it giving a sattvic outcome? If yes, then it is dharmic. If it is not, then it is adharma. Any desire which takes you towards adharma, which takes you away from sattvikta, is not the vibhuti of Sri Krishna. Those types of desire should be vivarjitaha, kamaraga vivarjitaha. Those kinds of desires we have to give up. And what kinds of desires we have to keep with us? The ones which take you towards sattvikta, which are in line with your dharma. So this is a very important concept. We all should understand this appropriate, this complete, comprehensive definition of kama as per Shri Krishna. When he says that he is what? This kama is his vibhuti. It is not just kamosmi bharatarshava. Always remember the whole sentence. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. On a lighter note, who is Kama? Kamadev, he is the son of Shri Krishna. This story comes in Bhagavat that Kamadev was burnt down by Bhagwan Bhole Shankar. That time he has become a Rudra and he burned down Kamadev, and then his wife came pledging, no, please, whatever he did on the request of all the gods, please bring my husband back. He said, okay, see what he should have also understood. No, this is wrong what he did. But never mind, when Sri Krishna comes, your husband will be born as his son. Pradyumna, the first son, that Sri Krishna and Rukmini's son, Pradyumna, he is an incarnation of Kamadev. So we have to understand that उनके तो पुत्र हैं, कामोस्मि भरतर्षभ, he is his vibhuti is Kama. But what kind of Kam? That we should never forget. And then I was telling you about the definition of dharma. We were talking about the sattvic gun. This sattvikta is present everywhere in the universe. Shri Krishna talks a little more about this three gunas in the next shloka. Ye chaiva sattvika vava rajasastamasaschaye matta eveti tan vidhi natvahanteshu te mayi. The three gunas, what Shri Krishna says, that nobody, no matter whatever you see around you, none of those are free from these three gunas. This entire Prakriti. Now this is very understandable. Like anything, this Prakriti is made up of these three gunas. So anything that is made as a part of this Prakriti will by nature inherit all the three gunas. By nature, it is going to affect all the three by nature it is going to affect everything that is made of Prakriti. So the Prakriti's very nature is Trigunatmika. It has these three gunas: Sattvic gun, Rajasi gun, and the Tamasi gun. So Shri Krishna says, understand that these three gunas, they are also originating from me. These three gunas, they are originating from me, but they do not affect me. Natvahanteshu te mai. So these Sattvic gun, Rajasi gun, Tamasi gun, all these are originating from me. As human beings, as all the creatures who are living in this earth, we all are bound by these. But Shri Krishna says, Natvaham teshu te mai, I am not binded by them. These gunas do not have the capacity to bind me. It is like, we all know that in snakes, there are some species of snakes which are poisonous. But does the poison of the snake affect the snake himself? No, it does not affect him. Since whatever is the creation that is within, that is being done by God, it is not going to affect him. Similarly, that three gunas, they originate from Parampita Paramatma, but they do not affect the Parampita Paramatma himself. But he says these three gunas affect everything else in the Prakriti. एभिः सर्वमिदं जगत् मोहितन्नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमव्ययम्. This entire Prakriti around me, this entire Jagat, this entire world that you see around yourself is what is composed of these three gunas. Tribhir gunamayair bhavair. It is composed of these three gunas. Evis sarvamidam jabat. By these three gunas, the entire Srishti, this entire world is completely composed of these three gunas. Nobody, nothing that is a part of this universe, nothing that is a part of this world is free of these three gunas. But what happens? Mohitam nabhijanati. The entire world is deluded. It is under an illusion that under the illusion of this Prakriti. Mohitan nabhijanati mamebhyah param avyayam. So basically, this entire world is created by is under the influence of these three gunas, and these three gunas have created this world in such a way that they have completely blanketed me. They have completely, hidden my identity from this entire world. Because of this Prakriti, because of the three gunas of this Prakriti, people are not able to understand me. Na abhijanati, mam na abhijanati, they are not able to understand me. They are not able to understand me. Why? Because we start believing that the world around us is real. The world around us is the truth. The world around us is the only truth, is what we start believing. Mamebhya paramavyayam. And they are unable to distinguish me from this Jagat. This entire world around us, it is a mutable form. It is continuously changing. But what is the Swarup of this Parampita Paramatma? What is the real form of this Parampita Paramatma? What is the real characteristic of Parampita Paramatma? Paramavyayam. He is immutable. He does not change. But how is this world? This world is continuously changing. This world, the people, their ego does not realize that the supreme power, the supreme Paramatma, is distinctly different from whom? From both the para, from this Prakriti. They are not able. They are not able to distinguish between the real and the image, the illusion that has been created around themselves. This becomes a little difficult to understand. We will understand with the help of a very simple example. All of you must have traveled to, must have seen a theater where movies are projected. How are the movies seen? There is a curtain. Now, sometimes there are some dances being shown, sometimes there is some cartoon being shown, sometimes some other kind of picture. The pictures are continuously changing on this curtain, but the curtain remains the same. That curtain, it deludes us so terribly, like sitting for 3 hours in that dark room, whatever we are seeing, we become so engulfed in it. We become so engrossed in it that it starts appearing as a reality. It completely captures our brain for 3 hours. A simple film producer can capture our brain for 3 hours. The Parampita Paramatma, he can create what kind of impression on our brain you imagine. This is exactly what has been done by Parampita Paramatma. What happens when we visit a theater? We see different pictures around us, we see different things around the theater, and what happens sometimes we will oh wow, what a beautiful picture. Oh wow, what is this? Suppose they're showing some Switzerland, some beautiful location. Somebody starts doing, oh wow, gets very mesmerized and runs towards that curtain and just touches, okay, I want to see, and what will happen? There is, what will he get? Nothing, just the curtain. The reality is only the curtain. And on this curtain, different pictures are going. The world around us is like that. It is continuously changing. The different pictures are happening, but what is remaining? Only the creator is the real truth. Only the creator is the real existing real thing that we have to experience. Hmm. So just as per as on the curtain, the दृश्य बदलते हैं पर पर्दा नहीं बदलता. The curtain is not changing, the views are changing. Similarly, संसार बदलता है, संसार बनाने वाला नहीं बदलता. These are Swamiji's sentence. This is where the world is changing, but the creator of the world remains the same. So the creator is remaining the same, but what is happening? We are merrily enjoying about this. We are merrily enjoying what is served to us. We are merrily enjoying this world around us, and we have started believing this is the only reality, and we have forgotten about the creator completely. We lose this identification to such an extent that people start asking, where is God? Who is God? Is he even existing? That becomes our mental state. Hmm. Suppose you visit a restaurant and you enjoy the food. What do? We just enjoy the food. We do hardly think about the chef. अरे खाना बनाया किसने है? But if the food has come on your plate from the restaurant, means the chef is there. This beautiful world has been created around us. The creator is very much there. We have to understand. We have to try to identify the creator. Hmm. We are completely delusioned, and that is why we are completely delusioned by his creations, and that is the reason we are not able to connect with him. What is it that is disconnecting us from the entire universe? Like I just told you that this curtain is the one which is creating that illusion of pictures changing and your world around you is changing. Sri Krishna also uses one beautiful term. He says this entire delusion that you see, it is Maya. Hmm. What Sri Krishna explains in terms of Maya, Daivi Shaguramayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaye Prapadyante Maya Me Tantarantite. This entire Guramayi Maya. Now, this Maya word in itself is very interesting. Uh, Maya, the very definition of Maya is what? Ya ma sa Maya means what? Ma in Sanskrit means not there. Ma kuru means don't do. No, it is a word used for negation. Ma. Ya ma means the one which does not exist. She is Maya. So Maya, the word itself means non-existent. So, but we are existing because that is what we see. So this Maya is what we see, and this Maya is so powerful, so delusional that we start believing it is true. For instance, in algebra, you must have all studied algebra. What do? If we want to solve a problem? We use this value x. If x, assume x is equal to and an expression, that x has no value. It has no importance in that algebraic equation. What happens? Ultimately, we solve the solution and we find out the x to kuch hai hi nahi. This x is nothing. That is the value of x. Similarly, Maya is that x which we use to understand the world around us. Ultimately, when we start understanding the Parampita Paramatma, we understand this Maya is not existent. It is the entire thing is Parampita Paramatma. But that X is very, very powerful. That Maya is very, very powerful. Unless your algebraic equation is solved, that X is very important. It is the very element which is helping you solve this big problem. That Maya is that X which is helping you understand this Parampita Paramatma. So, Sri Krishna also introduces one Mr. X, one Mrs. X in between. He says, she is my Maya. And how is she? Mama Maya Duratyaya. She is very difficult to cross. She is very difficult to handle. Maya is that river which is extremely difficult to handle. First, there are very important things. Three adjectives in this one sentence. First, Daivi. She is divine. Anything that is divine in itself is very, very powerful. In itself is very, very difficult to comprehend. So, Daivi. Then, Gunamani. It is having three gunas. It plays with these three gunas and ensures that we are delusioned. It keeps us under an illusion. And what is the third important adjective? Duratyaya. It is very difficult to manage. You cannot easily cross it. One movie curtain we are not able to cross. We create a world around us, around that movie. Then after coming back from the theater also for such a long time, that movie can haunt our brains. Imagine this Maya, she is Daivi plus Gudamai. What she must have done the entire life. We remain delusioned by this Maya. But Sri Krishna says, don't worry. This Maya is the magical glass created by God Himself. She is non-existent. What to do this glass? She is keeping me delusioned. Shri Krishna says, don't worry. I am there. Mameva ye prapadyante maya me tantharantite. See the first and contrast between the second and the fourth charan. The second charan says, Mama Maya Duratyaya. It is very difficult to cross. The fourth charan says, Maya metantarantite. That Maya you can cross. How? Who is that bridge? Mameva ye prapadyante. Those who take refuge in me, those who surrender to me, they will be able to cross this river of Maya, will be able to cross this curtain. Those who are reminded while watching a movie, if you are watching a horror movie and somebody is getting very scared, but the other person reminds, this is just a movie, it is just a picture on that curtain, that person will never get scared. Somebody who understands the reality of this curtain will never get scared in the movie theater. Similarly, the one who understands the reality of this Maya will never be afraid in his life. So, Shri Krishna says, Ma meva ye prapadyante. For that, what you have to do? You have to come become friends with me. Take completely surrender to me. When you take refuge in me, when you are surrendered to me, easily you will be able to cross it. For example, you must have seen those magic shows, how nice they appear. Suppose a magician is showing, once that pigeon is appearing, sometimes that rabbit is appearing, he is disappearing, so created from nowhere. Suppose this magician is your family friend, is your family or a friend, then you will ask him, what is this? What do you do? Then he will tell you the trick. This is not magic. I'll tell you how I manage. What will happen? then the trick loses all its meaning. No, Sri Krishna says this Maya is me. That is my magic. You become friends with this magician, then there is nothing difficult. These magic tricks will not have any effect on you. So this Parampita Paramatma is that magicians who, if we take his refuge, then this Maya will not be able to have any effect on us. Then she will not be able to scare us, then she will not be able to affect us, she will not be able to captivate our mind at all. So Sri Krishna says that you have to surrender to me. Then we can free ourselves from the magical spell of this Maya. Hmm. Now, when Shri Krishna says one more small disclaimer, Mameva ye prapadyante, that here Mameva means not only Shri Krishna. Here understand that here the one who is talking is not Shri Krishna Uvacha or Shri Vasudeva Uvacha. Who is talking? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha means the Paramatma is talking. When we are saying that I am taking refuge, Mameva me prapadyante, then whom do we have to prapadyante? Any God which is falling in the definition of Bhagavan, whether it is Sri Ramji, Shankar Bhagavan, Devi, hmm, whoever, whichever deity you see in the form of Parampita Paramatma, that God, that form of God will have the capacity to steer you through this Maya. Now, at this moment, Sri Krishna starts feeling it is so easy to cross this Maya. It is so easily, you just take Mameva me prapadyante. You just have faith in me. No, there is nothing difficult. Just have faith in me. Ho jayega kam. But people don't do. That is his tone. Now, what he says, Naman dushkratino mudha prapadyante naradhamaha. मायया परतज्ञाना आसुरं भावमाश्रिताः. But everybody doesn't take this effort. What do? They take, here I am saying, Mameva me prapadyante, you come, take refuge in me, surrender to me. But what these people do? Asuram bhavamashritaha. They take refuge in the Asuri Bhava. What is that Asuri emotion? That because of the illusion, because of this Maya, this word is very interesting. Mayaya paritachnyana means what? Mayaya, by the Maya, aparitachnyana. She has deprived you of the knowledge. She has deprived us of the knowledge of Parampita Paramatma. This Maya, she captures our mind and she completely deprives us of our knowledge. And then what we start believing? In this world, where is God? Now, when this Ayodhya court case was happening, prove that Sri Ramji existed, prove that Sri Ramji is God. What all things we have heard in this Kali Yuga, we only know. We start questioning this. Why? Because aparita jnana, we are deprived of this knowledge. What we start feeling, oh, this food grows on its own, this everything is happening on its own. Extra, we have started believing that science is the only reality. We have forgotten the creator, that science is also a creation of Parampita Paramatma. That very source of knowledge is corrupted. And what we start feeling, Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. What is this Asuri Bhav? What is this Asuri behavior? Eat and what merrily enjoy your life. Fun, frolic. That is the only definition of life most people have. Earn for yourself, live your life merrily, happily, and then just leave the world. But Janma liya hai, that English proverb something is there. Enjoy the life rightly before it melts. I had read about this. This youngsters keep telling me, enjoy the life before it melts. I enjoy this life like an ice cream before it melts. All these things will come. Why? Because we think life is just a journey of enjoyment, which is not. We start believing it is like that because Maya Yaparatachnyana, because our intellect has been completely shadowed by this Maya. And these are the characteristics of what? Dushkrutino. Naman dushkrutino mudha prapadyante naradhamaha. This kind of behavior that we saw, it comes from what? People who are not sukrutin. Sukrutin means what? Doing good deeds. When this word dushkrutin is coming, we know this is not what we should do. We should also know the right thing to do. Sukruti means the word people who do good deeds. So the people who do bad deeds, who do unwanted deeds, dushkrutino muraf, they are the deluded ones. They prapadyante naradhama, they go to the lowest type of human beings. They start believing in this maya and just end up spending their life like this. Also understand that if I want to decide to do something nice in my life, that will be a blessing of my sukrut. What is sukrut? Any good deeds that are done by me is my sukrut. We have done some good deeds in the past, and that is why sitting in the Zoom meeting or on the YouTube, we are trying to understand this beautiful scripture. Some good thoughts will come to us only as a part of what? Our good deeds. So that is why constantly keep doing good deeds. Shri Krishna in the next, in the 18th chapter further, you will also see here, he insists that we have to do yajna, a good deed, tapa, yajna, dana, all these things, they have to be compulsorily done so that we remain sukrutin. Only a sukrutin will have the intellect to do what? To do puja of Parampita Paramatma, to take refuge in him. And amongst those who take refuge in him, amongst those who worship him, Sri Krishna says there are 4 types of devotees that I have. Who are those devotees? Chaturvidha bhajante maim jana sukrutinor Arto Jajnasurartharthi Jnani cha Bharatarshava. There are 4 types of people. Now see here the word has come Sukrutin. Sukrutinaha. What does that mean? That there are good people who come to think about me. This process that we are thinking about God, this very act that we are doing, that we are able to think about God, is owing to our virtuous deeds that we have done in the past. Because of our good deeds, we stand here to listen to these beautiful shlokas. Bhagavad Gita has come to us in our lives as a part of our sukrutin, because of our virtuous deeds. So the people who have done virtuous deeds, such people come to what? Come to worship me. And how do they worship? Depending on the type of the worship that they do, they fall into 4 different categories. What are those categories? Arto jignasarartharthi jnani cha bharatarshaba. The first category is artha. These are the ones who remember God only when they are in very difficult times. I am desperately, how some children will go for exams. Bhagwan, pass kar do mujhe. Somehow you just, whether I have studied my entire life or not, but Bhagwan, pass kara do. I will give you the bhog of so many things. So these are the different. When we are in desperateness, when we are very, very desperate, then some people call for Parampita Paramatma. In the Gajendra Moksha Stotra that the Gajendra was very desperate to become free. He was very, very desperate. He wanted freedom from that crocodile who is holding his leg. He is desperate that I cannot save myself. I don't see. Probably my end is coming here. Please help me. That desperation led to what? That Gajendra Moksha Stotra. Some Ahartha Bhakta, they are also calling me. Then the other category is Jignasu, who are not in worshipping God. They understand the importance also. They are the seekers of knowledge. We all come in this category. We all are Artha also. In desperate times we will call, but apart from that, in our good times also, we are making an effort to understand Parampita Paramatma. We want to know him. We want to go a step closer to him. We are we are curious ones, that is Jigyasu. Artharthi, the ones who are seeking wealth, people who want lot of wealth. The Lakshmi Pujan that we do, everybody does. All of us fall in this category also. Seekers of wealth and knowledgeable ones, Jnani, like Param Puja Gurudev, who are the knowledgeable ones, who have experienced and understood who is this Parampita Paramatma, the one who has experienced, who has understood all the characteristics of Parampita Paramatma, who understands the very nature of Jnani is they are able to understand what is Parampita Paramatma. They are the knowledgeable ones, they are able to see the Parampita Paramatma in everyone. Such a person is a Jnani, such a person is the wise one. He is the knower of all the scriptures. Such a knowledgeable person. These are the four categories. Now, Shri Krishna has arranged these categories, but at this moment, we also have to understand one important thing. Shri Krishna has mentioned here that Chaturvidha Bhajante Mam, these all four people are the ones who worship me. No matter what is the reason they are worshipping me for, we should not feel that, oh, ye to kaam ke liye kar raha hai. So we start looking down upon the. Shri Krishna himself is not looking down upon any devotee. For him, all four are same. Further, Shri Krishna will say about Jnani that we will see in the next session. But right at the moment, we have to understand that all the four of them are what? They are virtuous. Sukrutinaha, Janaha Sukrutinaha. They are also virtuous. And these four types of virtuous people, they worship me in the way they feel appropriate. And in the next further sessions, further shlokas, we will see what Sri Krishna talks about Jnani. Very important things we will see about Jnani and the further shlokas in the last session of this chapter. With that, I offer this entire discourse at the lotus feet of Parampuja Gurudev, with whose blessings we all stand here as Sukritin, with our past deeds. We all are in the Sanidhya, we are in the company of Parampuja Gurudev, with whose blessings we are able to discuss all these shlokas. Let us all bow down to him and offer this discussion at the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. Hari Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Jai Shri Krishna. You are mute, Manjula Didi.
Yeah, thank you, Didi. Yes, thanks. And as always, Didi, yet another truly enlightening session, and all the anecdotes that you give us, we can relate to it. And really, thank you. And I don't want to, say much because I already see the hands raised. And just before we get started, a quick announcement. Geeta Jayanti, such an auspicious day, which gets celebrated on the Shukla Ekadashi of Margashira Masa every month. This year, it falls on December 1st. As part of this commemoration, Geeta Pariwar is celebrating the Divine Mahotsav from November 15th through December 31st. We can be a part of this divine event by organizing Geeta Parayana, Shobha Yatra, and related events in our areas and registering for the same on the online portal. Now it's time for question and answer. You already know what to do. I won't say that. Yes, Jai Shri Krishna Bhayaji, Bhushan Lal Bhayaji, please go ahead and ask the question.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya Pranam.
Madam, I have one question, Didi. One is this about this 16th, this one, Shalok. You are saying that we have four. I couldn't get the fourth one. One is the Artho. The other one is
Jigyasu. The third one is Artharthi. Artharthi means Artha Arthi. ऐसा है उसका. There are two words. Artharthi means the one who want wealth. Then the last category is Jnani, that is the knowledgeable ones.
Artharthi.
Like Vidyarthi is the word, Vidyarthi means the seeker of knowledge. Like that, Artharthi is the seeker of wealth.
Seeker of wealth.
Yes.
Okay, then one more question, ma'am. The ninth one. Shalok 9.
Ji.
Can you give again the explanation for ninth one? Punyo Gandha Prathviyancha.
Punyo Gandhav, when the rain is coming or the smell of the earth. Now, nowadays we don't get to experience these things. But if you visit the villages, the earth, the earthy smell, the smell that comes in the earthen vessels, you store water in the earthen vessels also, it has a different fragrance. The earth itself has a different fragrance associated with it. मिट्टी की खुशबू बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में. So
Yes,
that
yes.
Punyo Gandha, that pious fragrance of the earth is my vibhuti. That's what he says.
And this Prathviyancha, this is from the same.
Prithivyancha is the earth. Earth in this
Tejas Chasmi
Tejas
Vibhavaso.
Chasmi Vibhavaso. Vibhavaso is fire. The tej, the brilliance, the luminescence of the fire is me. Then Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu, the very life element in all the creatures is me. That is Shri Krishna. Matlab Parampita Paramatma. And Tapascha Asmi Tapasvishu. The tapasya, the tap of the tapasvi is Vibhuti of Parampita.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Didi.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Jai Shri Krishna. Adarsh Bhaiya. Pranam.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi, my question from shloka number 16.
Shloka number? Bhaiya, your sound is very low.
Shloka number 16.
Ji.
Second one, the knowledge seeker or the jnani, the fourth one. Are they both not the same?
No, they are not the same. Now we are seekers of knowledge, but we will not call ourselves jnani, right? Jnani nahi hai hum log. But we are trying to reach there. Somebody who is trying to understand is a jignasu. But somebody like Parampurja Gurudev, he is a jnani who has understood everything. Adi Shankaracharya, our Gurudev, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, they are all jnani. We all are jignasu.
So somebody who has already understood, he still remains a seeker?
Of course, he also remains a seeker, but he is a jnani also. See, jnani is also not somebody who is, there is no destination. Like Dhyan is not a destination, it is always a journey. That we have to understand. He also will be a jignasu in some or the other way.
All these four are same?
Oh, no, they are not same. They are the four categories of devotees who worship Paramatma.
So, for God, all of them are good people. They
are same, but then you will see further, Shri Krishna will say that Jnani is my favorite. We will see that from the 17th shloka.
No, I was thinking the third one stands to be better.
That is God's choice. But we will go through who is the favorite of Paramatma in the next session.
Okay, another question I have is, these three gunas are a part of the Maya. Then why is there more focus on being in Satoguna?
See, these are not the gunas of Maya, they are the gunas of Prakriti. Maya is non-existence. The X I said, no, it is not existent. That X is not there, but is some value. But just to understand, we use that Maya. So Maya basically does not exist. It is the illusion created by the Prakriti. Actually, the Prakriti is Tribirgunamayi. It is of three gunas. Why we insist on Sattva Gun? For that entire chapter 14 is dedicated. Because Sattva Gun is driven by what? It is driven by knowledge. It is driven by light. It leads to what? Happiness. Where does Rajogun take you? It keeps you at the this is a summary of all the three gunas where they will take you. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasaha jaganya guna vrittistha adho gachanti tamasaha. This is where the three gunas are going to take you. The Sattva Guna is for your Uddhar. It is for your Unnati, it is for your progress. That is why we should be Sattva Guni. And why Sattva Guni is taking us Urdhvam, why is it taking us in a right direction? For that entire 14th chapter, if you go through, what are the characteristics of each Guna, that will explain it in a more detail. Right?
Thank you, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Pranam.
Harihar Bhaiyaji. Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi, actually, Sloka 11, where the kama raga vivarjitam is used. Sometimes kama is confined to by some sections to physical relationship between man and woman.
No. Kama,
God is God in the Gita.
It is not just restricted to that. It is kama. The very definition of kama is desire. The very preliminary, very elementary desire meaning of kama is desire. Now, what type of desire is now this other thing, other meaning that you explain? It is taken out by the people who are having very low, zero knowledge about Sanskrit. So they have restricted it to that meaning only. But kama basically means desire. The very elementary meaning of kama word is desire. Then further it is elaborated what kind of desire is it good to have. There Shri Krishna is saying dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarsam. Okay, so there are different contexts in which that kama can be elaborated, because just like some words will have lot of meanings. Bala, buddhi bala, shakti bala, or there are so many different implications the word bala can have. Similarly, there are a lot of implications the word kama can also have. We should not restrict it to particular meaning, but a very elemental meaning is desire.
Didi, another issue I have got Devi, sorry, Daivi, it is sloka 14.
Daivi Esha Gunamayi.
It Maya is also Daivi.
Yes, very much. Because she belongs to whom? Atma is Daivi. So वो तो दैवी है ही. She is divine. And but now see, in the shlokas that we saw, just to your question is reminding me of one thing. It is Daivi, it is divine, it is hiding the identity of Parampita Paramatma, but it is also a means to connect us to Parampita Paramatma. It is also a means which will tell us, okay, don't look at me, you go connect to my creator. So unless we are in a part of this Maya, we cannot cross her. अगर गंगा जी को पार करना है, गंगा जी में डुबकी लगा के पार करना पड़ेगा, गंगा जी के बोट में बैठ के पार करना पड़ेगा. But without touching her, without traveling on her, we cannot cross her, isn't it? Just like that, this Maya also we cannot cross unless we travel on her, unless we become a part of her. We are looking at her only as a some woman who is hiding and who is deluding us. It is not just that. She is also the means of connecting us with Parampita Paramatma. That other side also we should understand. She is difficult to cross, but if you make an attempt to cross, you will reach Parampita Paramatma.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Jai Shri Krishna.
Vidyasagar Mishra ji, Bhaiya? Yeah,
Didi, Namastuste Maharudre Mahabhut Prakrame Mahabale Mahosay Mahabhay Vinasuni. The slok number 4. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhi revacha ahankaram iti yamme bhinna prakriti rashtadha.
You want to understand the whole shlok?
Yeah.
Okay. This shlok we have taken in detail in the previous session, but for the completeness of this, I'll tell you that here in the 7.3 shlok, what Shri Krishna says that some people understand me in totality, and then he starts explaining his nature in totality. And the first identification that he gives is about the Prakriti, which we see around us. Which are those things? He says the Prakriti, it is the Ashtadha Prakriti. Ashtadha means eightfold Prakriti. It is eightfold Prakriti. What are the different 8 parameters of this Prakriti? Bhumi, that is the earth. Apaha, that is water. Anala, that is fire. Vayu, that is air. Kham is referring to space. Then these are the visible elements of this Prakriti. Apart from that, Shri Krishna says, Mana, your mind, your intellect, Buddhi. Ahankar, here Ahankar refers to what? the I-ness, the identity with which I identify myself, the ego with which I identify myself, not the pride. Okay, there is a difference between the ego and pride. The I-ness with which I identify myself, that ahankar, these four together plus the four that we saw earlier, these together, 4 plus 4, 8 together become my eightfold prakriti. They are my 8 elements of the prakriti that you see around you. That is what Shri Krishna is saying. Now these eightfold prakriti, prakriti rashtadha, this is apara prakriti. That is the prakriti of lower order. In the fifth shloka, what Shri Krishna says, apariyamatastvanyam, these eightfold prakriti are my lower order prakriti. This is eightfold prakriti. Prakriti Vidhi me param, and then he says, you understand my para prakriti. So in these two shlokas, Shri Krishna has introduced his apara and para prakriti. So he says this eightfold prakriti, which you can see and that you can feel, is the apara prakriti, and the para prakriti. Jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dhyate jagat. The very life element prakriti, the very energy which holds the entire life together, which is holding the entire world together. Dharyate Jagat, the energy by which this entire world is being held together, that is my para prakriti. That is Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho, the very life element and the energy which upholds this entire world together, that is his para prakriti. That is what he explains.
In other book we found there is mentioned that Chitijal Pavaka Gagan Samira Pancha Tatvaya Rachita Sarira. So what is different between 8 elements and 5 elements?
8 elements, the 5 elements that you are saying, this Pancha Mahabhuta that you are saying, they are the Mahabhut. Now what happens with these? These will form the solid, the solid prakriti, basically in English we will refer to, and the subtle prakriti, which will add the intellect. This you will see more detailed in the 13th chapter, where Shri Krishna gives a very distinct understanding of what is a kshetra. So there he mentions about more characteristics. So these Pancha Mahabhut will create your body, but for that body to operate, it will need all these subtler elements that are mentioned in this last part of the shloka. That is the mana, buddhi, ahankar, all these things. So these Pancha Mahabhut, by a process of Panjikaran, they together form the they together form the visible prakriti that you see around it. Now there is a very beautiful entire order. First ahankar has come, now buddhi has come, then ahankar has come, then panjikaran, say all these pancha mahabhut get involved together, and that is how the prakriti comes into existence. Okay, so these pancha mahabhut.
Didi, can I ask a question?
If I, you can always ask.
In our daily routine, we used to worship to God. We are chanting Ramayana, Geeta, all this Vishnu Sahasranam, various things. And in the last, we are praying to God, Tomeo Mata Chapita Tomeo, Tomeo Bandhu Chasakha Tomeo. And we are also praying for Kshama Karna Hai Prabhu, Jadakshara Padravasya Matra Hinam Chayat Bhavet. And again, we praying to God, पापोहम पाप कर्माहम पापात्मा पाप संभव त्राहिमाम पुंडरीकाक्ष सर्व पाप हरो भव. तो इसमें कितना रेशियो में पाप हमारा कम हो जाता है? थोड़ा होता है या ऐसे ही मतलब जस्ट वी आर टाइम पासिंग विद गॉड?
शास्त्रों में लिखा है कि इससे पाप कम होता है, तो उसमें होता है.
तो रेशियो मतलब आज हमने एक बार सब पूजा करके लास्ट में बोला भाई पापोहम पाप कर्माहम जदाक्षर पद्रभष्ट मात्राहीनम च यद भवेत् क्षम्यताम देव प्रसिद्ध परमेश्वर या प्रसिद्ध परमेश्वरी.
आपका प्रश्न क्या है? यू वांट टू आस्क दैट हाउ मच पाप.
जानना चाहता हूं कि हम सब पूजा करने के बाद लास्ट में जो प्रेयर करते हैं भगवान को, लास्ट में करते हैं, सब करते हैं, कोई आरती करता है और हम अपने पापों के लिए भगवान को बोलते हैं कि पापों हम पाप कर्मा हम.
अब देखिए किसका कितना पाप कम हुआ है, वो तो उनकी अपनी कैपेसिटी पे है ना, कि किसी का पुण्य का सुकृत इतना होता है कि उनके वैसे भी पाप थोड़े कम ही है, तो उनके लिए ज्यादा कुछ है भी नहीं. नाउ सी it is a very this is not boolean, this is not arithmetic this thing कि इतना होगा. It doesn't go in margins, it goes with the intensity of your devotion. अब कोई है जो बोल रहा है but his mind is where, in the kitchen, in the office, in somewhere. It depends on the intensity with what you are doing. It depends on where you are standing. If I have lot of accumulated, then the amount of pop that is going to remain is much more higher than somebody who is a sannyasi and saying all these prayers. A samsarik whose mind is completely attached in his bank balance, वो कितना भी क्षमा मांगता रहे, here his mind is attached. This is a very subjective thing. We cannot have marginalized, we cannot have objective डिक्लेरेशन दैट इतना करो इतना होगा, इतना करो उतना होगा, ये बोलने वाले भी गलत बताते हैं. दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल. वाई? बिकॉज वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस कैन नॉट बी ऑब्जेक्टिव. दिस इज नॉट दैट मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन 1 मार्क मिल गया, आधा मार्क मिल गया. नो, इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. इट इज very subjective, subject to your devotion, subject to where your mind is affixed. If it is affixed on Parampita Paramatma, the intensity of the washing of papa will be more. If your mind is attached to the samsara, the intensity with which it is going to be washed off is going to be less. तो ये सबका अलग अलग होगा.
But it is effective ना?
पर है, थोड़ी मात्रा में क्यों ना हो, इफेक्टिव तो है. बिकॉज आवर स्क्रिप्चर्स
मतलब एक मैंने प्रसंग सुना था कि तुलसीदास जब भगवान कृष्ण को ये तुलसीदास नहीं, वो थे सूरदास जब भगवान को ये करते थे ना, भजन सुनाते थे, तो उसमें एक भजन रोज गाते थे, मोसम कौन कुटिल जगमाही. ये बात आपको भी पता होगा कि उनका ये भजन था सूरदास का, मोसम कौन कुटिल जगमाही. उनके गुरु वल्लभाचार्य थे, वो बोले यार रोज एक ही तुम भजन गाते हो, भगवान को पता नहीं है तुम कितने बड़े कुटिल हो या कितने बड़े संत हो, ये क्यों बताते हो? तुम भगवान का ये मंगलाचरण करो, ये करो, अदर मतलब करो, ये सब मत गाया करो कि मौसम कौन कुटिल जगमाही. और उसके बाद उस दिन के बाद से वो सूरदास जी ने वो भजन बंद कर दिया गाना, जबकि उनका फेमस भजन है मौसम कौन कुटिल जगमाही. उसके बाद फिर उन्होंने और सारे भजन गाए थे. ये तो मालूम ही होगा सूरदास की कहानी.
Right. So what is the point is that जो भी देखिए, it everything boils down to जो भी आराधना करो मन लगा के करो. एंड यथैव मन, जहाँ पे आपका मन है वहीं पे आपको वहीं पे आप हैं. तो इसीलिए मन जहाँ लगा रहेगा उस हिसाब से आपकी श्रद्धा हो.
एक विवेचन में मैंने यहीं पे सुना था कि
अनुमान
कुछ
कराओ भैया.
संचित कर्म होते हैं, कुछ प्रारब्ध के कर्म होते हैं, और सब मिलके ही ये जिंदगी चलती है. और थोड़ा थोड़ा उधर से आता है, थोड़ा उधर से आता है, और वही आके उसको मतलब प्ले करता है या फिर उसको भोगता है या फेस करता है.
जी जी. This is the entire thing is a cycle of
life,
cycle of karma. So yeah, जी.
Yes,
जी, जय श्री कृष्ण भैया, प्रणाम. हनुमंत राव भैया, जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय श्री कृष्ण दीदी.
जय श्री कृष्ण भैया.
I have 2 questions.
जी.
The first question is, it is said that Bhagavad-Gītā is a philosophy unifying pravritti and nivritti. Can you please explain it?
It is what you said, Bhagavad-Gītā is what?
It is a unification of the philosophies of pravritti and nivritti.
Instead of putting it this way, I would rather say that it is a scripture. The Bhagavad-Gītā is the one which tells you where to go and where. Pravrittincha nivrittincha, when we say it is a scripture which tells you where you should be pravritta and where you should be nivritta. Means pravritti in very basic terms means the things that we should pursue. ये चीज करनी चाहिए. And nivritti is something that we should abstain from doing. which we should not be doing. We should retire from the and nivritti retirement ko kehte hain, means what? Basically we are abstaining from doing some other work, that is nivritti. So the Bhagavad Gita is the scripture which will enlighten you, which will give you, it will give that spark of that knowledge within you, which will help you decide what is it that you should be pravritti in, that is where you should be going, and what is the path that we should be avoiding. And that is why it gives you the intellect of pravritti and nivritti.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, we have to eliminate all that is bad from our mind and life. All the actions should be counteracted with good actions, and all bad ideas have to be destroyed with the help of good ideas. All that is bad is eliminated, even the good also has to be removed. So, can you explain that contradict or that?
The good has to be removed. I didn't get.
That is what Krishna says in the Gita.
No.
You should be beyond.
Which chapter are you talking? Which sloka are you talking about?
Yes. I have forgotten the sloka. What I have understood is, one should be beyond the fold of both good and bad.
Right. So basically, see, that is the ultimate Sharanagati that Shri Krishna is talking about. See, we have to, this goes in stages. Now, the stage that you are talking about, it is a place where all the, it is all the three gunas, this gunatita. Gunatita is the word where Shri Krishna in the 14th chapter, probably you are talking about, where Shri Krishna has been asked, where Arjun asks, Kailinga Stringuna Netan. So what are the characteristics of a person who has gone beyond these gunas? So where all this is coming from? Shri Krishna first explained that these are the three gunas. This is the elaboration of the three gunas. And after that he says, but Arjun, you don't just have to become sattvic. Ultimately, you have to transcend beyond these gunas and become a gunatita. Means what? When none of the dualities, see, whether you are sattvic or whether you are rajasi, whatever you are, some or the other impact will always keep coming to you. But when a person is gunatita, the characteristics are so beautiful. Prakashaincha pravrittincha mohamevacha pandava. All these shlokas, what are they telling? That such a person will be free from all the dualities. वो जो गुणातीत वाली जगह है, there a person remains unaffected by all the dualities. The happiness is not going to be affecting you. The sadness is not going to affect you. None of the gunas are going to affect you at all. Means that is man apaman me sama. Everywhere that samata will be there. That is the ultimate. You go beyond sattva gun also. Beyond the sattva gun also when you go, that means you are completely in control of yourself. You are so controlled that the dualities of life, mana, apaman, sukha, dukkha, udasino, vadasino, all these things are not going to affect you at all in any way. So that is basically being a gunatita.
You have explained it in a very
Okay, those shlokas, there are I think some 6-7 shlokas. They all talk about the same sur, same rhythm hai un sab shloko ka, that they talk about samatva. Sukha, dukkha mein sama. It all, so basically at multiple places you will see what Shri Krishna wants us to reach is, he wants us to become a perfect yogi. He wants us to become that, attain that perfect yoga, that is samatva yoga uchyate, that perfect gunatita state is where the person is totally free from all the dualities and is totally unaffected by all the dualities.
Yes, the same concept almost runs through all the chapters.
Yes.
Actually,
See, one thing that Swamiji says is Samatva is a constant sur of Bhagavad Gita. Matlab, वो होता है ना, when you have a song, it revolves around one particular note. That note of Bhagavad Gita is Samatva.
Really, yes, equanimity.
Yes, equanimity.
Equilibrium.
Yes, yes, correct.
Very much you have done.
No. Yeah, please go ahead.
Job of answering my question excellently. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I seek your blessing. Pranam to you, Jai Shri Krishna.
Sai Prasad.
Prasad Bhaiya, Pranam Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
In 7th chapter, 15th sloka.
Ji.
3 types of people, that Dushkritino, Modha, and Naradama. These 3 people have no way to get Bhagavan's blessing. Am I correct?
Not that they do not have any way, they have a way, but actually Mudha is not a type of person. Basically, he is talking about Naradhamaha only. It is only one category, the Naradhama. And what does Naradhama do? Why they are Naradhama? Because of their Dushkrita, because of their bad, because of their Papa, they are they have become Naradhama. Because they do not have any good deeds in their account, they remain delusioned, and that is why they are Mudha. So basically, Shri Krishna is only talking about Naradhamaha. But why they are Naradhamaha? Because they are Dushkrutinaha, and they are delusioned because of their Dushkrutin, because of their evil deeds. They remain deluded. So these are the two characteristics indicating Naradhamaha. And their intellect is deprived of knowledge because of the Maya. They are deluded by the Maya, and that is why they are Asuram Bhavamashritaha. They belong to the demonic characteristics. It is not that they are always supposed to be in that character. They should not be restrained to it. If by any chance they are able to do some good deed, that small sukrut will also become a impactful opening for their good karmic account. One good deed. There is a story in Devi Bhagavad, I heard in Swamiji's pravachan only, where that very papi prince, he was put out in the forest, and he there also he continued doing sins. He was character only, it was like that. But one day he saw that one family is struggling, for food. Now, casually, he just offered food to that family. That one act of kindness led to his intellect being driven in such a way that led to another act of kindness. So, one good act can become a starting point of your good karmic account. So, though these are Naradhama at the moment, though their intellect is clouded by Maya, though they are at the moment Ajnani, but ultimately by good deeds, उनके भी अच्छे दिन आएंगे. Their karmic account will also become nice. Gradually, they will also be Sukrutin, and anybody who is Sukrutin. Here, Shri Krishna has not said some great tapasvi, sadhu, who has just said Sukrutin. Jana Sukrutino Arjuna. The people who have some good punya in their account, they become my devotee. So, just small act of kindness is going to be uplifting.
Didi, in that case, can we take Naradama also, Sudurachari, 9th chapter, 30th sloka?
Yes, Durachari is.
There Bhagavan clearly says, Apichet Suduracharo, Bhajate Mamananya Bhak.
Yes.
Sadhureva Samantavyas Samyak Vyavasito. Chipram
Correct.
Bhavati Dharmatma. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. There he is giving a counter statement that this man can reach him also.
Yes, and we have seen this happening. Thoda one, who's Valmiki Rishi? Valmiki Rishi was a robber in his life, but one Rama Nama, he didn't learn any scriptures. कौन सा वेदाध्ययन किया है उन्होंने? Just one Rama Nama has made him a great knowledgeable saint, sage. who has given an unmatched kavya like Ramayanam. So, see what the Krishna Kripa, Paramatma Kripa, what it cannot do. Mukam karoti vachalam pangulangahate giram. Yat kripa tamaham vande Paramananda Madhavam.
So the transition from Papi to Punya is very easy also in that
It
case.
is very easy. It's a perspective. Very easy. I felt so happy. But some people will come that, oh, it is so difficult to bring in our lives. उनके लिए difficult है, आपके लिए easy है. It is all a subjective perception. You said it is easy. I'm sure it is very easy. It is how we perceive it. Very nice.
Another small question, inquiry. It's Jivanam in Slokam 9. Jivanam, you are telling life force. Can we take it as a Atma force also, Atma also, or it is a different thing?
It is Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu. It is anything which is responsible for the life. It can be equated with the Atma Tattva also. Atma Tattva is basically the life-giving element within us, right? So, yes.
In that case, whether all the bhutas, all the 84 lakh bhutas have
Of
Atma?
course, Sarvabhuteshu. He has not said Sarvamanusheshu. It is the limitation of our thought process that we feel everything is limited to human beings. But this Gita applies to entire Bhuta Matra. It is for all the creatures.
But somehow, somewhere I read, I'm not sure, that all the only human beings have a soul and animals and they may not have a soul.
So creatures. Shri Krishna himself says, Hriday Sherjana Tishtati. So Hriday to sabhi ke paas, kuch animals ke paas nahi bhi hota hai, but it means the place of their consciousness. Paramatma Tattva is present in all the creatures. All the creatures. But the realization of Paramatma Tattva, the capacity to study the Paramatma Tattva is only in the Manushya Janma. It is the only yoni, it is the only what you can say species which has the capacity to do bhakti and improve the karma and get a better janma. But it is not that Atma Tattva is present in everything, everywhere Atma Tattva is present. It is not that only human beings have souls. All others have also got Atma Tattva. They all have the capacity to feel the God, but जैसे हम गीता पढ़ रहे हैं, बोल रहे हैं, लिख रहे हैं, all those things they cannot do. The karmic account is going to happen only. That good karma or bad karma is only happening in Manushya Janma. All other yonis are bhoga yoni. Whatever you have done in the Manushya Janma, to get the results of it, we have other yonis. But our karma, whether sukrut or dushkrut, that has to happen only in the Manushya yoni. Okay, so for sukrutinaha and dushkrutinaha, Shri Krishna has used the word janaha, naradhamaha. There the word nara and jana is coming. But when it comes to Jivan, Shri Krishna always uses sarva bhuta. Right?
Thank you, Devi.
Thanks. Well, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Bhayaji. Your name is appearing as a phone. So, Jai Shri Krishna, please introduce yourself and you can please ask the question. Jai Shri Krishna, Bhayaji. You're unmuted. Please go ahead.
Oh, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
I have one question. This is like most of the time it says samadukka. We have to see but easy to see happiness in the good things. But how difficult times, how to see, how balance that one.
Sama dukkha sukha does not mean seeing good in dukkha and happiness in sad. No, it means remaining same in happiness and sadness. So inside me, if I get something which I really like or I really wanted, we become so happy, excessively happy. But if we get something undesirable, we become so distressed. एकदम भगवान ने मुझे क्या कर दिया, like that we will have. That should not be there. He says, Shri Krishna says, samata in sukha and dukkha means what? In both the situation, you remain the same. Your reaction is balanced. Your happy things won't make you very, very happy, and your sad things won't make you very, very sad. That is samatha. For this understanding the what is samatha, we should see the Ramji quality. When he was told, this has been told by Bhagwan Vasishtha ji. Maharshi Vasishtha only says, Bharat asked, when my the Prabhu Sri Ram, when my Bhaiya Sri Ram was going in the forest, how was the expression on him? He must be so sad that he has to go. Vasishtha Muni said that he is going to be incarnated as he was going to be crowned up as a prince, Yuvraj, tomorrow. That news also I have given to Sri Ram. And then when he was called in Kaikeyi Mata's palace to be told that you have to go to the forest, that time also I have seen his expressions. At both the time, his expression was exactly same. So the good news is not flattering you, and any bad news is not affecting your stability of the mind. That is sama sukha dukkha. Sukha dukkhe same kritva. Not that. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Didi. Yeah.
He's still saying something. Sorry. He was saying something but got muted.
You were saying something. Please. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Didi. No, I say I think it's difficult, but we need to more practice and anubhav se
Just by practice, and then ultimately saying, "Mere buddhi ki to baat hai nahi. You only give me that stability. Ask Shri Krishna only for the stability. He will give."
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
If anybody has any other questions, please do raise the hand.
And for the day.
Yeah. Otherwise, we do still have another session for this chapter. So yes, no questions in the chat box either. Okay. Yes, I think let's continue. Okay. Raji Didi, very interesting questions and so beautifully answered by you, Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
And we'd like to thank the tech star of the day, Sunil Pitaleji Bhayaji, for coordinating so well our entire technical team and the devotees who attended this session. So let us all continue the Gita sadhana with Bhagavan's Krupa and attend these sessions regularly to enrich our spiritual knowledge. May the Gita be our life guide. Without this, Bhagavan's blessings, this session wouldn't have been possible. So let us thank Bhagavan Shri Krishna. To do the prayer, we have Shri Kishore Radha Krishna Vartakyaji with us. Kishore ji is an engineer from Nasik, Maharashtra, and he's interested in spirituality, and he joined Geeta Pariwar in April 2025, and he's already doing seva as a tech star in GC while pursuing his Gita sadhana at L3. Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna Bhayaji. I request you to recite the prayer.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Yes. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much. Your background, the visual background is so nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Now let us all listen to Hanuman Chalisa and recite as well and seek the blessings of Lord Hanumanji. Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
जय हनुमान, जय श्रीराम, जय श्री कृष्ण। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम तत्सत। Thank you everybody for joining us. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you for your pleasant presence throughout the session, Manjula Didi.
Thank you Didi ji. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Sunil Bhaiya.